Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another fun-filled edition of Oxygen Not Included, Spaced Out. Today we're going to start something a little fun. We're going to click on that new game, we're going to go to survival, and we're going to go on the Spaced Out. We're going to make a greenhouse. Not just any greenhouse, but I'm talking a galactic greenhouse. How are we going to build it? I don't have a damn clue. But it's going to include every species of plant and fauna and tree, pretty sure two of those mean the same thing, that our small galaxy has. So with that, we will just go ahead and click some randomization over there and then click start game. We're going to go with the Terra cluster just to keep it kind of simple. There's been a couple of updates since we've last played. Specifically speaking, there's been a lot of radiation updates. Now you have rad bolts and uranium and lead suits that we got to learn about. They just came out with another update this week is what spurred me to play this one again. It had to do with some plant stuff. I've heard Weezeworts now kick out radiation, so there's lots of things that we need to take into account for, lots of new things, so we'll keep it simple with that Terra asteroid. Starting off, here are new 3 beautiful duplicates. We will, of course, we're going to name this the greenhouse. That seems to make sense, considering that's what we're going to be building. We are going to want a farmer, but I don't think we want him that early. So now let's go through the painstaking process of re-rolling a bunch. Now, what do we want? I always like to have an early builder. We always want... See, this is where I kind of separate for some of... We want the researcher, right? Everybody wants a researcher. We love researchers. This is where I kind of separate from the pack, though. Some folks, they go 2 builders. Some people go diggers. I don't know. I like having a builder who's also a digger. Let's change this for now to... so I don't have to concentrate on the building and the digging sort of thing. Let's go over to a digger, a researcher, and a who knows what. The farmer might be good, considering we are going long haul with the farming. And it would be good to have a chief farmer dupe. Maybe that's what we'll do. Alright, so now on our digger, let me re-roll this a few times till we find one that meets the minimum requirements for entry into the greenhouse. Thought we were gonna get it with bubbles. I mean, check it out. Strong, +10 excavation and mole hands, but then bubbles had to have noodle arms. Next! I think we're gonna go with Camille. So Camille has a downside, and it's the fact that she's really hungry. She's gonna eat a lot more of our calories, but that's okay because she's given us +11 excavation and she has mole hands. I mean, you can't beat that down with a stick. Now to Mima. I don't think you're gonna make it there, Mima. You're a pretty crappy scientist. Alright, so I'm gonna really kick myself in the butt for this one. So we're gonna go with Ruby. I mean, Ruby's just rocking it with +11 in science and early bird, but she also has bottomless stomach. So right now, we're almost at double the amount. I mean, we've added another dupe basically to our food requirements because of the calories. Now, to our farmer. We're gonna make sure our farmer can do a little bit of both, especially starting off, unless we see a nice farmer with some stupendous skills that'll bring us into the late game. Looks like we have found our farmer. It is the one, the only, the Herald. Herald's got +8 agriculture. Enjoys a green thumb for a nice boost here. Unfortunately, he dresses like, we're gonna say a farmer, you know? Maybe he doesn't clean his clothes very often, doesn't really care about how he looks. His boots are all, well, I guess dupes don't really have shoes, do they? Because they just have little sticks. It's depressing. But here we go. These are our 3 starting dupes, and we will go from here. I like to start it off with some names. Since Harold is our one, I guess he's a guy dupe. I don't know, but we're gonna go with Guar for this dupe. Guar is one of our earliest subs, and then Ruby and Camille. Let's go find some sub names for them. Looks like we found a couple of nice names on it. Over Ruby, say goodbye to Ruby and welcome to Little J. And then over here in Camille, I think we're gonna go with Jordan Sparkman. I think Jordan Sparkman was in a previous playthrough too. But we'll kind of start it off. We don't have too many subs, so I'm sure we'll get enough for everyone. Just making sure the spelling is good and it does look right. Yeah, so here we go. Good luck, have fun. And the immediate pause. Let's check out and see what we have. I see a couple of coal. Oh, we have some copper right here. This is good. This is really good. No mods, being with this is the DLC, not a lot of the mods are working right now. And we'll just see how it goes. I'd like to get the Pliers mod when we get going. But for right now, we are straight bare modded. Looking around, lots of sandstone. This is good. Some algae. Here's some water here to the northwest. Lots of oxygen up here in this little cavern, to include some oxalite. Very nice. And looks like we have some two nice clean water containers here. Now we have to be careful because, you know, the whole goal is to have a nice little greenhouse. So we got to make sure that we keep all of our plants alive, or at least make sure that we have the seeds. That way we can replant them in the future. Not even sure where we're going to build our greenhouse. Something in me tells me it needs to be built in space, because I think that would be the most fun. Lots of dirt over here. Alright, so when I'm looking at this, trying to decide where our main water bucket to at least start off, we're going to choose the one to the right. This way, when we go to drain this water into this one, gravity kind of helps us out, right? Because this one's lower. So we will do that. So that means our pump is going to be here. So I think we're going to go with digging down here. We might be able to get some bathrooms over on this side, nice and close to the water. So there's not a lot of delivery time, and then we might be able to put some cots over in here. First things first, let's get some materials. We'll just go right out here. We'll open up this nice little oxalite. We're just gonna start it off in slow for now. I like keeping it nice and easy during the beginning, because otherwise you end up making a mess of the things when you really need to be careful. Just like that, huh? Cancel that mealwood. Don't know why they were considering doing that. Since they're sitting there open, might as well make these dudes start digging, huh? Dig over there. Beautiful. Now let's go check our priorities to make sure everybody's gonna do what they're supposed to be doing. Pause it real quick to take a look at the priorities on our new planetoid. Butito? We'll go with Butito. Alright, so everybody wants to attack and life support. Toggling, very nice. Doctoring. Where's the good stuff? Alright, the digging. Primarily, we want Jordan to do the digging. And we want... Everybody else can do the digging, but we don't necessarily want to prioritize it. We do want to prioritize farming and researching for them. And from now, I think this will be good. We'll also prioritize Jordan as our builder. They're definitely taking their sweet time. Let's get some cots up. At least we have some place to sleep. It's been a quarter of the day. Not too bad. It looks like we're still gonna make some time. Got a couple of nice cots up. We got the pitcher pump planned. This should work out well. Why have you stopped, Guar? So what happened there is Jordan picked up the task, and Guar listens like, oh no, Jordan's digging that out. I'll wait. We also need to dig this out a little bit. We'll dig out some space for what we think is going to be some bathrooms for now. Put some down right quick, fast, and a hurry. Just 2 and 2 will be good for now. These will be little temporaries. Let's see if they're able to finish all these tasks. Got a couple of things of oxalite, which is really good, keeping the cavern pressurized. We also got some bristle blossom and some mealwood. Not a lot of oxygen down low, though. It'll take a while for it to kind of filter through. But the good thing about this area is it'll give us an easy carbon dioxide sump. All that carbon dioxide will slip down in here. Let's see if we can't get them a little, a small bonus real quick as well. Look at that, we're about to dig out the wrong things. We don't want to dig these out quite yet. Loving all this good algae. Now we want to make sure we set our directions. They don't need to wash when they're going to the bathroom, but they need to wash when they're leaving the bathroom. Now that we've gotten some of the necessities through, we'll hit that medium speed. I'm not too worried about it now. It looks like everybody was able to do everything they were supposed to. We'll even get started on our food site. I only see the one critter. I do see some buried muckroot over here, so we'll get that the next day. Already got a nice little achievement. Probably the bathrooms. Bed and bath. There's our polluted water, some pea water. Oh, we found our first vent. Cool steam vent. Guaranteed not to be too cool. 110 degrees Celsius. Possible taming that in the future. Look at the point of interest. Alright, we've already found our supply teleporter output, a teleporter receiver, and a teleporter transmitter. Very nice. Let's get some food going, a food area going real quick. I'd also like to plant that bristle blossom up where it needs to go to get that sunlight, the natural sunlight from the printing pod. But we should probably get our research stuff going first, and so that's what we'll use this area out for. There's our station. Now we need some power. And a nice little battery. Connect them all with some beautiful wire. All this in the first day. Not too shabby. Let's check those room bonuses, shall we? Alright, so we have the latrine bonus for a +1 to morale here, and then we got the +1 morale for the barracks. Very nice. For those of you new to this patch, as I am, there's our radiation overlay. As you can see, there's no radiation in this area. Good morning in Dupeville. First thing we're going to do, apparently, is go to the bathroom and disinfect the bathrooms. I'm not sure if they've changed any of the germ mechanics. I know our strategy before was to, you know, remove the disinfecting of these potties. It just wastes time, especially considering everybody's going to be washing their hands anyways. But for now, we'll keep it on. It's not really hurting us. We also do need to set this direction left. And look, we have idle dupes. That will not be doing. And we also need to select some research. The first thing we're going to go into is food. So right here, we're already at food. I think we're going to go with those planter boxes, and then we'll go straight in through meal preparation, because we'd like to have our mess tables up. That will work for now. Everybody should have something to do. We do need to put some oxygen stuff up. We have plenty of algae. We'll collect that here soon as well. I'm going to leave this one open. I'm also going to open this up. It'll help the carbon dioxide by sinking. Try to find a nice central point here. We'll probably build one down in here. So let's go ahead and do some additional digging. What is this here? We got sandstone, fertilizer, some more sandstone. I don't want to get too close. I don't remember. I don't think fertilizer will break. Ah, yes, it will. Look at it. Fertilizer right here is broken. So we don't want to do too much there. But that looks like a perfect spot to throw some oxygen diffusion. We want to do it a little bit down low, because it will help us put some oxygen in these bottom areas, because right now you can see it's very low. It'd be nice to be able to build this in. I don't know if this is going to be our permanent spot. Oh, wow, a thimbleweed. They're handing this one on to us with on a platter, aren't they? I'll take some early thimbleweed, thank you very much. All right, so there's our nice early Adley start. It's always good to put a bin there. And in this bin, we'll go ahead and collect all the algae. It'll give, under organic, it'll give everybody something to do. We'll put it at a priority of 4, though. In fact, we'll do a priority of 3. And now colony requires a food source. This is something we definitely need to take care of. For now, let's go... We'll put a door here. Small little tile there. We'll dig this out. And maybe this could be a nice little area for now to collect some food stuffs. I mean, it's got a light source, which means it's growing the bristle blossom. The key is not letting it in. Maybe we can put some more bristle blossoms down here. We're going to try to sandstone in this side as we dig down. If we make this our temporary main ladder, we want to be able to make this the carbon sump. All that carbon dioxide will float down into here, and that'll be that. So we have some sort of break here. You see there's some ice here, and that ice is quickly melting, though, because it's, you know, 40 degrees over here. So there must be an abyssalite break somewhere. All right, we've already completed that first couple pieces of research. Internal combustion with the sugar engine. So beautiful. The oxalite, wood burning, power regulation. Let's go into power to get our big jumbo battery. Put some planter boxes here. We're also going to destroy this beautiful ration box here because, A, it's made out of sedimentary rock, which we could use later, depending on how much is here. But also because we can put more planter boxes there. Need to build out this for these guys. Still sitting at 10,000 calories. Should be good there for now. I looked above us and look at all this natural fauna. This will be really good. We might be able to live off the land for a little while, so we're going to dig up. We're definitely going to put a door here, because we don't want those shine bugs coming down. We've already got some blossom seeds, so we'll throw those in there, and as we get more, we'll put them in there. You'll notice on the new patch, there's a maximum radiation now. That if the plants are exposed to too much radiation, they'll just straight up stop. We will dig this guy up, though, and replant him in this planter box. More research has been completed. Let's head over there and see what's up. I think we need to get into advanced research. So we will quickly go into advanced research. We'll get the crafting station. And the water cooler. A couple more planter boxes. And once we finally get down here, I'm not sure. I think they've limited how effective some of the old food storage capabilities were. We'll enable auto harvest on some of these. Until we get a reliable food source up, it is important that we're very careful with what we do with our foodstuffs. So we're not going to necessarily destroy any plants because they could provide food. Oh, there is some nice muckroot here, though. We will free this bristle blossom because it's not getting enough light anyways. There's also this one here. New dupe time! Oh, an oxifern seed. Let's take a look at the dupes, because otherwise we might steal that oxifern seed. They are more rare, and after all, we are eventually going to make a giant greenhouse. So we have Marie, Ren, and Mima. Mima is kind of like a jack of all trades. But they have the irritable bowel and the unpracticed artist. Mima's not knocking my socks off, so we're going to pass on Mima. Sorry. Marie, a little builder digger, but with aesthetic design and gastrophobia. The gastrophobia I care not because only our cooks do cooking, but it's kind of a wasted bonus trait for aesthetic design in a non-creative type of dupe. And then we have piloting for Ren. He's got some strength, some hard digging, but he's unconstructive, and he's a kitchen menace. We'll pass. We'll definitely take the oxfern seed and we'll plant it. Doing a cursory look on the temperatures out here, you'll notice it does get kind of warm here. This is going to be something we're going to need to handle because all these tiles are going to heat up and eventually heat up our base. And then over here, something is off. You can see we're up to 45, 46 degrees here. So there must be a vent somewhere over here. My guess is a hydrogen vent or a chlorine vent, because see how these gases are mixing? That's kind of odd. And they're mixing here again, so we're going to see what's going on. Luckily, the temperature cools back down, so we'll have to be very careful with what we dig out over there. Oh, we got time for more research. Man. We are researching very quickly. Let's go into hardenized bathrooms. That will work. We do have our couple of extra blossom seeds. Let's throw those in. They do take 20 kilos of water per cycle. And eventually that's not a problem because, well, we'll have a renewable source of water. Hopefully, right? But there are better things to do with your water. But for right now, you can't go bad with some bristle blossoms. If we could get a cook sooner, we could even cook some of these things, and that will be good. What do we have here? We got a bluff briar. We don't really care about the bluff briar. We do care about another bristle blossom. It's never going to get the sun there, so we'll dig these up. And that's where we'll put our new food storage. We'll see if the carbon dioxide can keep the food stable for longer. So we're digging down here a little bit more. I'm going to put a couple of other tiles just to reinforce this tank, just in case. I don't want to play any games. In fact, we're not going to touch this tile. I'm afraid if we remove this tile, the sand will give way, and we'll have a massive leak, which will ruin our hopes and dreams for this colony. Some nice muckroot here, too. Might as well add a nice cot for our eventual, our friends. Yeah, our friends. And since they're coming all the way down here to grab the food, let's see if we can't make a little mess room for them down here as well. May not be the best because oxygen's going to be scarce, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, we've cleared out a spot for our ration box. Let's put one down there. We're actually going to go a little bit lower. We'll see if we can't dig this out like this. And put the ration box down a little bit lower so that we know carbon dioxide's definitely sinking into it. We do have some blossom seeds, so you might be thinking, so why don't we just plant some more bristle blossoms? And it comes down to light. When you click on your bristle blossoms, you'll notice they need light to grow. So what you can do is you can click on sort of a light overlay, and these are the tiles on the ground that actually have light. Based off of the 1000 lux, the well-lit light coming off the printer pod. So there's not much else we can do for now unless we put, you know, a light bulb, but this should be good for now, especially with all of our other muckroot, our mealwoods growing everywhere. Looks like we are ready for some more research. We're going to go into coal generation, the internal combustion, which gets our coal generator, our wood burner, sugar engine, then on to smart batteries. Smart batteries are the way to go. But you're going to need some refined metal for that. We're not quite at that point. that, we will go ahead and fill up. We only want the edibles in here. And that should be good. It says sterile atmosphere, but unrefrigerated. So we'll see what the sterile atmosphere gives us. It looks like it's kind of a give and take, right? So it is unrefrigerated because the food is warm, but it is sterile. So maybe it's a half and half. You get a little bit of decreased food decay, but it still decays because it's not refrigerated. I'll take it. I will take it. And with that, I think it's a good time for a cut. We got our nice little basic, I say very basic, colony going. We have our research. We have our bathrooms. We're gonna build. In fact, as we go out, I'll queue up these mess tables. And with that, I hope you had fun. I know I did. Talk to you soon.